Hey, it's Eric. Let's talk about hitting the wall. So, I'm going to admit something that a lot of my peers won't admit out there, and that's the fact that I've had clients that have flamed out in terms of, they didn't do really well when applying some tactic or strategy that I gave them. Now, you might say, well, Eric, that's a horrible way to start off start off a video. Admitting you suck. I'm not admitting I suck. So here's what I'm talking about, and why people hit the wall. Um, so I've had situations. It's been interesting. I've had situations where I've had clients who were in similar They were similar in terms of revenue. Let's say $1 million or three-quarters of $1 million or something in revenue, roughly the same industry, roughly the same reach, et cetera, et cetera. And I would give one person, um, not the most precise and explicit explanation of a tactic or a strategy. I'd say, okay, go here, do this, try that, right? And they would go off and they would do whatever I told them. And then I would work with somebody else, and I would get down into the minutia or something, and I'd give them the best strategy and the best language and the best tactics, and okay, start with this platform, move into that platform, this is how we roll them in, etc. And it would be like just spot on perfect. And then check back a couple weeks later, and the person who rolled out the vague little thing I kind of told them to do would have put an extra six figures in the bank, and the person that I said, okay, here's the exact thing, and roll it out, they'd be like, I got nothing, or I even lost a client or something. And so at first, my first thought was like, well, okay, I must suck, right? There's got to be something wrong with me, Mr. Master Technician, Master Strategist, etc. So then but I would talk to them, and I would, go to a deeper level, and I'd say, okay. So I talked to the person who was successful, and I would say, with my strategy, and I'd say, okay, tell me about building your business up to this point, and how do you feel about your business? How do you feel about your value, your skill, and everything? And they'd be like, oh, I totally believe in myself, and I have confidence, and I I'm confident that what I want is coming to me. I trust and everything, and so when I move forward, when I was deploying the strategy, I trusted in the strategy. And then I would talk to the other person, and I would be asking them, about doing it, and they're, deploying the strategy, and they'd be like, well, I didn't really deploy the strategy, or I didn't really, I was doing it, I did everything you said, but I wasn't really trusting it that much. And so I'd dig down, and I'd say, okay, blah, blah, blah. And, I would come to understand that building their business had been a long, tough struggle. They didn't really trust themselves. They didn't trust the market. They didn't have a lot of faith, right? They were moving forward in fear and wondering why they kept hitting walls all over the place. So, ultimately, what it came down to was that the mindset is what really determined whether or not they were successful. And so, over the past couple of months, you've probably heard me barking about mindset over and over again. And there's a reason why. I know, a lot of people have been like, Eric, shut the hell up and just give us the goodies. Give us the magical tactic that nobody else knows, that when we deploy it, it's going to make us $1 million or whatever. And the truth of the matter is that, do I have tactics and strategies I can give to you? Sure. Are they magically going to bring money into your pocket? That's a maybe. And the maybe is all dependent upon your mindset. See, you could take a poor strategy, but if you have the good mindset, the strategy will work. You could take the greatest strategy, which I have seen a number of times, taking the greatest strategy possible, but if you have a crappy mindset, it's not going to work, because you're going out there and you're being hesitant and everything. So the lesson for today is this, is that it all comes back to mindset. So before you go running out there rushing, like, let me get the next strategy, let me get the next method, let me get the next whatever, the key thing is your mindset. And that's why I start with mindset. That's why I've been harping on it. This is how I've evolved to this. 10 years ago, when I was doing this stuff, when I started doing this stuff 10, 11 years ago, I was very much into tactics and strategies. like, has to be spot on, perfect. And I would break every tactic down into the minutia and every step and what do you say, and because I thought that that was the secret. As I have evolved in this industry and doing what I'm doing, I understand now more than ever. Your mind creates everything. It doesn't just create your business; it creates the leads that come to you. It creates the revenue that comes to you. It creates everything that you're looking for in your business and actually in your life. So, anyway, that's my thought for today. um, and I'm going to keep putting out stuff about mindset because that is what's most important in your business and in your life. So, anyway, just wanted to share that with you. Hope it's useful, and enjoy the rest of your day. Go out there, be great, get a good mindset, and then go out there, be great, and do great things, and have a great day.